Hello, 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 lovely people out there. This is Gaurav Madan, your host, and you're with me at Hall of Fame for HighonM University. Today we have with us Ankur Sarda, right? Is that
Right.
how we pronounce it? I-
Yes, exactly.
All right, awesome. We have Ankur Sarda with us, and today we are here to listen to his story, how things have been going at his end. And before we even begin, why are you even here, Ankur? What have you done? What's the crime you have committed?
I have committed a crime joining your course, Gaurav, to be very honest. So that is the biggest crime which I did in the year 2020.
Okay.
And I'm still, applying for a bail for the same. Couldn't get it. So hence is the reason I am here today in front of you. I joined your course and it was, to be very honest, it was a good decision which I felt I have taken in my life. And hence the reason why I'm standing in, we are here in front of you.
Awesome. So, what are the results you've generated so far if for the audience?
As far as result is concerned, see, I have started with an online course. I mean, though I was always in the offline mode, we used to offer interior designing courses at Guwahati.
Mhm.
When lockdown happened in the year 2020, I converted. I mean, offline is always there, but then it was there at the back of my mind till next 1 year or 1.5 years. It is not going to work out. So we cannot stop. We cannot really stop, right? So we have to move on. So usi samay, I felt like, why not to convert interior designing in the online mode. So I never thought कि interior designing online में सिखाया जा सकता है, but then still we really worked very hard, and the result which I have generated is within a span of 10 months it's like 85 lakh plus revenue is what we have generated. So yeah.
Awesome. Lovely. 85 lakhs, sounds like
Yeah.
a dream to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Lovely. Okay. So, before we move forward, we would quickly want to know you more in depth, in terms of how has been your journey of life. And then, what really struck you before, like, how did you really come in contact of our programs?
Sure. See, introducing myself, you've already introduced me. That's Ankur Sarda, and I'm from Guwahati, Assam. So I'm into education field for last 18 years. So I started my career in 2003, right after my graduation. So I did couple of, I ran couple of institutes right from aviation, IIT, JEE coaching, CA, and stuff like that. But then in the year 2011, I launched my own brand. I mean, prior to that, I was always into the franchise mode. So 2011, I launched my own brand by the name NID, that is an Institute of Interior Designing. So we used to offer 1 year diploma in interior designing and fashion designing. So as I already spoke to you, like things were going perfectly all right from the day one. I mean, till 2020, 22nd of March, things has always been into the right track. But then the moment the lockdown was announced and things stopped, I mean, for initial 21 days, we thought, things will go on fine. I mean, after 21 days, maybe we'll come back to the track. But then ऐसा नहीं हुआ, and gradually we felt like, I mean, as in how the day passed, so we felt कि ये थोड़ा increase होगा, and then at the same time I thought कि we have to bring this course into the online mode, and I started surfing on Facebook, like, because I was never into into digital marketing. Never ever I've thought, even Facebook bhi main, I used to just have a normal postings and stuff like that, but never into digital marketing in my entire career. So I thought, to be very honest, initially I searched for a digital marketer rather than doing it by myself. But then वो मुझे उतना consistent and नहीं मिला ऐसे कोई digital marketer. Then I thought कि why not to equip myself with the same skill. I thought, let me give it a try. So I started to hunt for good digital marketing courses on Facebook. To be very honest, I came across few, and I was like confused whom to opt in and whom to opt out. But then it was my luck, you can say. Probably I don't know what made me stop at your ad. I purchased your course on 15th of April 2020.
Awesome.
I still remember that date. I cannot forget that date. So 15th of April, I purchased your course, and I started to skill myself. So I started with your course, and then when I completed your course around say 40%, then I felt like, yes, this is something which I can do. I mean, this is something which is definitely my cup of tea. I never thought I'll be able to scale so high, but then मुझे लगा कि yes, definitely I can give it a start. So I went through all your modules, not once. Yes, I did, but then I did it thrice. I remember before I launched my course, and then 1 month rigorously I watched your course 2-3 times, and then based on all your learnings, everything ditto I implemented in my online course. I mean, same to same exactly, and this is how I have derived good results.
Awesome. Lovely. You know, okay. So a quick question which I have for you, uh, in terms of, shifting from an offline institute, which I also used to teach at one time in my life. Back in 2015, I was with DSIM, uh, and then shifting to online as an instructor. Like, are you the instructor in your program?
No, I'm not the instructor. I used to conduct webinar. I am also an interior designer by profession, but I have a dedicated, faculties team with me.
Okay. So just, if you could quickly define the challenges difference between an offline versus an online mode. What are the different kind of challenges which you have?
A huge challenges, to be very honest, because interior designing is one course which is absolutely a practical oriented course, right? We have to have on-site training. We have to show to our students like how this can be developed, and there are a lot of practical aspects which is involved with this subject. So that is the reason I thought that probably it might not be possible, and I thought that we cannot really stop. Let us always give it a try. And to be very honest, I have a very strong mentors team with me. During the lockdown, we went to the office. We did the recording for 2 months, and I launched the course on 5th of July. So May and June, we did the recordings. So we thought, ki, chalo, let us do the recording. Probably it might. I was at the back of my mind. It was there. Ki probably yes, definitely we'll come across this problem. कि सर ये इंटीरियर डिजाइनिंग आप ऑनलाइन सिखा रहे हो बट प्रैक्टिकल का क्या होगा सो and we tried to include everything over there when once the scenario was normalized. So we went to the showroom also, we went to the site also, and we did on-site practical recordings as well, so that students को ये नहीं लगे कि खाली हम theoretical knowledge दे रहे हैं उनको. Even we are giving them some practical aspects also. So there was a big challenge, and I started with a lead magnet. To be very honest, I started with an 18 video sessions free of cost to the students, and I got a very good feedback from them. I mean, those 18 sessions were like, they really liked those sessions. So that boost my confidence. So uske baad mujhe laga, chalo, let us launch. So that's how we got a good result.
Awesome. Amazing. Lovely. So, similarly, when I was doing like in the ASIM, I had a combination of both kind of experiences, because I was taking offline classes and they also had an online instructor-led program, which used to go for 3 months. I was taking that as well. So simultaneously, I was seeing both the challenges, and then it's amazing when you shift everything online. Definitely, there are a lot of things which are less challenging as well in terms of the costing, resources, and all those stuff. But yeah, in terms of delivering the value which you really want to put through your message, that becomes a little difficult task, and only a coach or a trainer can understand that part.
Certainly. Absolutely. Totally agreed.
Awesome. Lovely. Okay, so we already have understood that you took like 1 month completely to go through the course 3 times, then took 2 months of your rigorous effort in recording the trainings, then did a kind of a muffin strategy where you were attracting people with a lead magnet that got you back to some people, some response, boost your confidence, and then you were into the market. Awesome. So that has been your journey so far, and lovely. So now, if I ask you, what is the kind of ROAS, really you're generating in terms of your programs online?
Gaurav, I've generated 5.5 ROAS. I mean, I've generated around, as on date, 85 lakhs plus revenue, and my Facebook spend has been close to 15 lakhs.
And what are the costs, like hard costs involved in the program?
To be
so
very honest,
let's not keep it that way. Just if you could just give it a percent.
No, this is something I really wanted to discuss. I mean, as far as the hard cost has been, incurred. Initially, I thought it will incur me a huge cost as far as the tools are being concerned. To your surprise, I just invested 75,000 for the entire tools. I mean, right from my recordings, right from the purchasing of the tools, right from the LMS, right from everything and anything, it was like only 75 to 80,000 which I invested. And as on date, I'm not investing much for it. But then gradually, definitely, I'll increase my spend on some tools for sure.
Awesome. So definitely a scalable business model. And in terms of offline versus online, which has given you more, thrill and adventure, I would say.
See, offline is something which we cannot really ignore because that is always our bread and butter. But then online is again, it's like quite interesting to be very honest. And I thought ki probably during this lockdown only I will run this online course. But as on date, I feel like both will go simultaneously, 50% for my offline and 50% for online for my online. I mean, it will go at the same pace. So
Awesome. Lovely. So one thing which, I've already learned from you, if you have the will to do things, then, no matter whatever the situation is, like, an offline established company getting, kind of devastated because of natural situations, still able to overcome a situation because you had the will to do it. So,
right.
so that is what, I learned. And second thing is, don't, no matter whatever the kind of business you are in, always give it a shot. An offline business can be turned into an online business. You just need to figure out things, and you will figure it out as you do it. Don't really presume things that, okay, it's not going to happen, right?
That's true.
That's
Very true.
amazing. Two learnings which I feel, it's important to impart to other people as well. Okay, so quickly, I wanted to ask, uh, like, I mean, I've understood as well, but then what other things which you learned in order to really become successful online? Because, it's not just one part of the strategy of Facebook ads, just running traffic. Like, there must be some other moving parts where, have you learned from anywhere else, any other resources which you would like to recommend to people?
No, apart from some YouTube videos, I have not taken any such course as on date. Though I'm upgrading my skills with regard to Google Ads as well. Yes, for Google, I have definitely taken one course of Umar. So apart from that, no any such courses which I have taken. Only YouTube tutorials. I used to, I'm very fond of watching YouTube tutorials with regard to any topics. So that is only what I'm doing as on date.
Awesome, lovely, lovely. So got it. Okay, so now if I were to ask you, what kind of change is this entire experience bringing in your life? Like, 10 months ago, or like not 10 months even, it's more than 10 months now, I think so. But that time, April 2020, right? That is when the lockdown happened. I remember.
Right.
So till now, how is this changing your life? The entire experience.
It has really, I mean, it has totally changed my life. As I said, I never thought, I thought, this 2 years, I mean, 1 year, 1.5 or 2 years will go in vain. Definitely, I not be able to generate revenue. But at the same time, I was more afraid of the recurring expenditure that we used to have, because in offline mode, you understand the kind of an expenditure we used to have. It's like more than 3 lakh rupees per month. That is what we need to spend. So I was always, worried about this expenditure. How am I going to, uh, how am I going to recover this kind of expenditure? So I was really worried. To your surprise, again, 2 months, like I was almost into kind of a depression, like, what is going to happen? My father used to console me, don't worry. I mean, though I'm having a very good financial background, but I never used to take help of my father with regard to the finance. So he always used to console me, don't worry, everything will be back to its track. But then I was really very worried with regard to the expenditure. So this online learning has been amazing for me, and there's a huge scope. And to your surprise, again, I started with my own campaign, but at the same time, 4 months back, I started with an agency as well, and I'm having 5 clients with me right now.
Wow.
And even I've done a good business for them as well, with approximately 2.5 ROAS. And one thing I would like to share with you, I mean, I've also conducted a batch offline for Facebook ads course. That was free of cost for my interior designing students when our offline offline class started in the month of December. I remember December 2020. For 2-3 months, it was normalized.
Right.
So as a part of my learning to upgrade my skill, ऐसा होता है ना कि when you teach someone, you understand, कि how much equipped you yourself are. So I conducted a batch with my interior designing students, those who were interested with digital marketing. So they were around 20 students. So I taught them for around 1.5 months, and that's how I always used to watch your module and deliver the same content to my students. So that's how I was more confident with Facebook ads.
Awesome, lovely. Even I have a similar habit. Like, I keep learning a lot of things. specifically these days, the second lockdown. I'm learning a lot of new things, like crazy things, and I will keep on sharing it with others, either in my circle or my inner circle of people which I have, or I would just post it on my Instagram, because that's a way to kind of internalize it within you, because when you're formulating something in your own words, it gets internalized. So that is
Right.
something, yeah. Definitely, I also recommend to everybody, yeah, but don't be my competition, please.
Never.
Awesome. Lovely. Okay. So what is one thing which you love about offline? One thing.
One key which I love about the offline.
One thing which you love about offline.
Uh, Offline is, as I said, I was always in the offline mode last 18 years. So offline has always been a wonderful experience for me, because you interact with your students, you solve their queries instantly. So offline is definitely a very good experience, and this is something which we cannot really think to stop at any point of time. But then online is again the
Okay.
it carries the same power.
What's the one thing which you love about online?
Uh, the revenue generation without any expenditure, right? Because you have a very less risk with regard to the online online campaigns. You have a very less risk, but then if you are at the right track, you have a you have a chance to generate big revenue.
Awesome. Okay. And what is the one reason which you feel why people still struggle to come from offline to online business? People still kind of have their apprehensions, in their mind. What is one thing that actually helped you? Was it a necessity, or was it like, a luck, or what is it exactly?
See, it was definitely a necessity. Number one. At the same time, it was like if we'll sit like this without doing anything, I mean, we'll be all blocked. Our creativity will be all blocked. So necessity was definitely at one point of time. It was always there, but at the same time, creativity was also at the back of our mind. We cannot really stop to work. So, but as education was at the last stage, I mean, we were allowed to open towards the very, very end. I mean, everything was normalized by October, but then we were allowed to open from December.
Right.
So, it was always a necessity, definitely, but a creativity as well, which I said.
Lovely. Lovely. Okay. So now what I would like to do is, since you have really, really a vast amount of experience in education industry, and that too, like, आपने घाट घाट का पानी पिया है, right? Offline, online, everything. I would like you to share some advice, which you'd like to share with our audience. What are the, top 2-3 things which you would like to share it with them? Your business learnings, perhaps.
See, number one, the main key learning is do not worry if you do not have a very good amount to invest in at the initial stage in your business. May it be an online, may it be an offline, especially for the online, because things can be worked out with free tools as well, with less expenditure as well. So do not really worry to bring yourself in the online mode. So this is one, definitely a very big key point. Number two is keep on testing. Maybe you'll not be able to derive very good result at the first month. People are, they are like from the first month, they want to generate revenue. They want to be in a profit mode. I was not in a profit stage till first 3 months, because as I said I was only campaigning my lead generation courses. So I was just spending from my pocket. So do not worry onto that part. Credit card is always there, which gives you 1.5 months of rebate. So use that, and with less expenditure, if you have a good creativity, if you have a good mindset, definitely success will be all yours.
Awesome. Lovely. One last question before, we end this. Okay. Which I kind of forgot to ask. And I mean, what role did our, courses and mentorship played in your journey exactly?
Gaurav, to be very honest, as I said, I'm into this education industry for last 18 years. Right. So, Guwahati, we are, not very proudly saying, but to be very honest, we are number one institute with regard to interior designing. When someone thinks about joining interior designing, we are the first choice of theirs. Now, the reason behind is, we always give one-to-one attention to our students, not during the course, but, post completion of the course also, down the line after 3 years, they feel like, they have some kind of issues. They always come back to us. We always maintain like a family. So the same thing is what I experienced with your course, with you especially. I mean, 777. I mean, joining your course at just 777, the value which we are getting is like more than 777, 000. So it's like amazing. I can really experience the same because selling your course is one part, but doing justice to your course is the key point. And if you are really doing justice with your course and with your students, you have a long way to go. So, this was the best decision which I've taken in my life, because till now, you won't believe, every now and then I used to read the comments, I used to read the post, because with every Facebook post of Gaurav's A team, we get to learn something new. So, your mentorship, hats off to your mentorship. To be very honest, I'm still learning from you.
I am glad that I could be a part of your journey, could contribute to somebody who's so experienced, right?
And honestly, Gaurav bhai, it's my dream. I really wanted to meet you personally once, because when everything stopped for me, your course gave me a hope. Still my son also used to say, कि sir, bhai, पापा आप किसका कोर्स देख रहे हो, कौन है ये, आप तो सिखाते हो, आप किससे सीख रहे हो? Because he has always, seen me teaching someone, not learning from someone. So he was always like, "Aap kisse seekh rahe?" And today also, when I was like, I'm going to be interviewed by him, so he was like, "Okay, wahi bhiya na?" I'm like, "Yes, he's the same person." So I really, have a dream to meet you once. I mean, you will always be my guru forever, ever and ever, because your course really gave me this hope, and that is the reason why I'm surviving today. And not only surviving, I'm growing with each day. So thank you so very much.
It's my pleasure, and I'm happy that I could contribute altogether. And the biggest thing for a coach, you being a coach, mentor yourself, and a dad yourself, is that when you see your child taking your learnings and putting it into action and making something great out of it. So that is what gives us more happiness altogether. And I'm really happy
Sure.
that I could really do it. And I would love to meet you too as well. We would host a event offline as soon as things get normal. Right.
Sure. Looking forward.
Awesome, Ankur. It's lovely having you here. Lovely chit-chatting. Lovely taking your secrets. But before we go, we want to know, what is the name of the institute?
NIID. That's NIID, an Institute of Interior Designing.
Okay, awesome, lovely. And what we'll do is we'll put the website link in the subtitles for everybody else, and you could share it with me in
Sure.
WhatsApp, right? Awesome.
Sure.
Lovely. Lovely having you, Ankur, and convey my love and regards to your family and to your son as well.
Sure.
Awesome.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.